Welcome to Beyond the Checkout, where we talk to business owners and collaborators and people in ecom and various businesses to talk about business insights and how they look at their business and how their customers react with them within the business. So let's
hmm
start with you. Who are you and what does 36400 do?
Sure. Thanks, Mike. Johan Poppenbeck. I've been in the IT industry for probably just over 30 years, and 36100 has also been in business for over 30 years. And at the moment, they are a managed IT services provider. So we're pretty much an outsourced IT department for people who don't have in-house IT expertise. 36100 has been doing this for over 30 years, and they've ridden the various technology waves and are now providing a full suite of cybersecurity backups and EDR and protection and monitoring of your devices and your cloud accounts 24/7.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And so what does customer success actually mean day to day there? Like what lands on your desk?
Customer success for me is about obviously customers wanting to stay with us and stay with us for a long time, and we provide what we call unlimited support, meaning customers can call us any number of times for help or for issues. And customers, the less calls we have, I guess, is the measure of success, because that means our proactive services are working and our customers are not having issues to have to call us about, or we're calling them before they call us. And success for me is where people are wanting to do more and technology is adding value to their business. I'm very passionate about reclaiming technology for good.
Yeah, fair enough. So you look after clients across retail, wholesale, clothing, footwear, food, and that's the view I want to tap into. So what actually
Yeah.
breaks for these businesses and what they'll finally pay to fix? So
Mhm.
what's the hardest part of running your side of the business right now?
Um, I guess running my side of the business is convincing people that um, good good outcomes from technology will cost something, and the free solutions are not always the best, and what you get for free is kind of is what it's worth, kind of thing. So anything good has a value, and to have something of value, you need to pay for it, and but that needs to deliver value that's at some multiple of what you pay for it. Okay, so and that's what I try to help customers understand. And if you can determine that, then there's also a cost that goes against the time you take to put that in. So there's the opportunity cost as well, which you need to understand. So trying to help people see that, because what we do is kind of not tangible. It's not like a new product that you put on the shelf and you get revenue from. It's not often seen. Okay, and so trying to help people understand that spending money on technology does have a cost that's realized, a value that's realized, and help them see that. That's kind of what I've been doing for quite a long time now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what eats into your week that probably shouldn't? Like the stuff that you could automate away tomorrow, what would it be?
Um, yeah, look, automation is an interesting animal, and because for me, I like personal contact. I prefer. I build my success on personal relationships, and because with that comes trust. And sometimes automation can be just sort of badgering at you because it's hitting you at the wrong times. But certainly trying to get meetings or trying to get people to set up times and the follow up. That is sometimes it's into the time a bit, because you call up someone but they don't often answer, and then you're ready to do something for them and you're waiting till they get back to you. So that, and then you got to find something else to do, and then they get back to you. Then you got to switch gears and get back onto that. So that sort of multitasking sort of aspect of it, or trying to keep a number of things going at the same time, so that you're not wasting time.
Yeah, that makes sense. So how do new clients actually find you? Like referrals, word of mouth, or are you actively
Yeah.
posting?
No, we at the moment we are working and our greatest success is from personal referrals and networking and getting. In fact, I was at a meeting this morning and we get referrals and leads from there and other partners, for instance, so like software developers who come or accountants or insurance brokers who come across clients who, when they ask the question, so who's looking after your IT? Um, they say, oh, no one, Joe in the back room's doing it, or the intern, or whatever, and so they refer them to me. Um, and we find the more conversations we get into, the greater success of closing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like that idea of being a bit more personal about it, and I mean, word of mouth makes a big difference there, doesn't it? If you have good network or
Yeah.
good connections.
And you're not working off a script, you're working to the specific issue or the specific pain point that they have, which you've just heard, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so across all of these clients, what's the complaint that you hear again and again?
Um,
Like,
the repeatable complaint, that's,
yeah, is there like the same issue that
yeah,
comes up no matter which client it is?
it's just being able to do things quicker and faster and keeping up with the rate of change. I think they're sort of saying, what should I do? Like, let's talk AI. What should I do with AI? I said, well, before you start thinking what you should do with AI, what do you want to do with your business? Right now, if you know what you need to do in your business to improve that, let's see what tools we can use to help that. Okay. So I think people are always obviously trying to be more profitable, trying to be more responsive, deliver better value, better service. And the question, how do I do that in particularly in our country where labour costs are high and compliance is high and regulatory issues are increasing. How do I stay competitive and how do I stay profitable in that environment?
Yeah, fair enough. Hmm. For the retail and wholesale clients specifically, where do their systems and operations fail or fall over?
Um, this takes me back a few years into my software, well, because I looked after the fast-moving consumer goods space, and I think the issue is still the same. It's being able to truly understand who your customer is, what their needs are, and then have your whole supply chain focused on that. The problem we get in supply chains is that everyone in the supply chain has a different view of what they need to be servicing, and often they don't all focus on the end customer. So if someone doesn't pick up that item off the shelf in the retail store, right, then everything along the supply chain has a problem. Whereas if they're all focused on getting that customer to pick up that item, then it will be a much better outcome for everyone.
Right. So yeah, sales or marketing just to try and get that sale is basically the most important part.
Yeah, it's a centralized view or a single centralized view as to who the end customer is and have that drive everything down through the supply chain rather than up from the start.
Yeah, right. What do clients keep trying to fix themselves and fail
IT.
at?
Yeah, I mean, look, back in the day, I was just had this conversation this morning. Back in the day, you could just purchase a laptop or a computer, and it came with Windows loaded on it, and you could get a Gmail account, and off you go. You're running your business, right? You go and buy a domain from somewhere and plug that in. But today, that's not often possible. You need to understand what you need to do. It's not just picking up the antivirus product off the shelf. It's understanding where you're going to back up. Just because you're on the cloud doesn't mean your data is protected and backed up. It means it's available, but is it protected and backed up? So all of these things, it's more than just one skill set nowadays. It's multiple skill sets, and it's keeping up to date and monitoring it. So yeah, very often that's what where people fail is that they don't set up the right infrastructure for their business. whatever that business is. You've got to have the right foundation, the right accountant, the right account structures, the good bookkeeping processes. You know, you need all these things in place. What you do to your business itself is what you do well. Okay, whether that's making golf clubs or whatever that is, but everything else you need experts to help you set that up.
Yeah, that's good advice too, isn't it? Just get that
Mm-hmm.
foundation right from the word go.
Yep. Yep.
So the flow-on effect from that would really, improve anyone's business.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a story where someone hadn't done the right, hadn't a tradesperson hadn't set up his accounting practice properly, and then came bash time, and he goes with a shoebox full of receipts and tries to get a bookkeeping person to try and help him sort it out. But that then takes a lot longer than it would have if he got it right the first time.
Yeah, and a lot more expense, and and then
Correct.
you need to make more sales to cover it, and
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
And so, what finally makes a client pick up the phone and pay to get something sorted? Like, what's the trigger?
A disaster. Yeah, look, I mean, sadly, that I laugh about it, but often it's, hey, I've been hacked. Can you help me? Or I clicked on a link in this email and it's gone to shit. It's sent out 2,000 emails to everyone else in my client base. Can you help me? And yes, we can. We help them, and then we get a client as well. But it shouldn't take. It's a bit like you have that accident and then you go buy car insurance, right? I mean, it's too late. So
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. If every client you looked after, or make the biggest difference for them, what would that be?
sorry, could you repeat that question, please,
Okay, so
Mike?
if every client you looked at, which one would make the biggest difference for most of them?
If every client I looked after, so I missed a little bit. If every client I looked after,
The one change that would make the biggest,
oh, okay,
yeah.
the one change, yeah.
Yeah, the one change that would make the biggest impact across all of them.
Yeah, it's stick to what you do best and let others help you with the rest. Okay. I mean, whatever that business is, if it's making pies, if it's cutting hair, it's whatever, then do that. Focus on that. Focus how you're going to grow that and get other people who are good at the other bits do that for you. All right. So, and I think in this day and age, that's becoming more and more prevalent now. There's much more complexities in everything you do, and even technology. Like I use the example of the laptop. It's even just which laptop to buy. You don't just get the cheapest one. You get the one that's suited to what work you're doing.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, well, there have been some great insights here today. Thanks very much for coming on. It's been really interesting having a chat to you and getting your, your opinion or your view on things and how
Thank
things are
you.
going with your business and have some good advice for other people in theirs.
No, pleasure. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate it.